welcome back. I hope you're doing really well. So today's video I'm going to be doing a super quick kind of like 10-15 minute makeup look. So this is pretty much the look that I do when I just want to put some makeup on. I kind of just want to look like semi-presentable, but I don't want to take too much time or do anything too crazy. So before we get into the makeup, for today's video I am so happy to be working with Skillshare again. Skillshare are a company that I've worked with quite a few times and I absolutely adore them. So if you don't know already, Skillshare are an online learning platform for creatives. So they have hundreds of online courses across the whole spectrum of creative industries. I'll insert a little clip of a couple of the courses that I've been really enjoying at the moment. Particularly interested in the photography courses, especially being at home at the moment, kind of having to get a little bit more creative with shooting content inside. They've been an absolute lifesaver. So like I said, there's hundreds of courses on there, so you've got everything from graphic design, illustration, fine art, like there's just something for absolutely everybody. Skillshare have also very kindly given me a link, which I will leave in the description box, where the first 1,000 people to click that will get a premium membership for free, which is obviously perfect if there's anything that you want to try before kind of committing to the membership. I think it's only about, it's under £10 I think a month after that, so it's actually amazing value for money anyway. Perfect time to maybe try something that you've always been interested in but just never had the time to do. So yeah, massive thank you to Skillshare for working with me on this video. As I said, everything that I've mentioned will be linked in the description down below if you are interested. And yeah, let's get into some makeup. So I'm just going to clip my fringe out of the way. This is probably the best my fringe has ever looked, so take a look at this now because it will not look like this once I unclip it. Thank you. As you can probably see right here, I burnt my head yesterday. I haven't done that since I was about 15. I don't know what happened. I literally just moisturised as well, so I pretty much just cooked my forehead yesterday, and actually it doesn't look that bad today, but it still hurts a bit. Yeah, first thing I'm going to do is moisturise my skin. So for that I'm going to take the Veleda Skin Food. This is just the best moisturiser ever. I'm going to kind of work that into my skin, and this is my favourite thing ever. I think pretty much ever. Super hydrating and just gives a really nice glow to the skin, so anything that you put over the top of it will always have a little bit more of a glow, which I love. So yeah, all moisturised. I've already got a bit of this on, but this is the Too Faced, these are the new lip balms, and this is the Peach Bloom one. It's so cute. They're like a Valentine's thing. They got like a little heart on the top and they're really cute, so put a bit of that on. So obviously this is like a 10-minute makeup look if I wasn't talking through it, so don't try and be cheeky in the comments and say, how is it 10 minutes when this is a 20-minute video? Because I'm going to talk to you about it. So normally if I was doing this really fast, then it would take me 10 minutes, so don't try and be funny, don't try it, because I'm not interested. So for foundation, I've got two here that I would use for this sort of look. First one that I've got here today, and I think this is probably the one that I will use, is the Givenchy foundation. I've used this in my last couple of videos, and this has kind of like very quickly become my everyday foundation. I just absolutely adore this. And then the second one, another very popular one, is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is beautiful as well, but I do need a little bit more coverage today. My skin is just a bit hormonal, so that's fine. So I'm going to use the Givenchy one today, but the Givenchy foundation. And I literally use like 2 pumps of this, normally does my whole face. And then I just take the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation brush. This is like one of my favourite brushes at the moment. And yeah, I'm just going to start working that over my face. What I really love about this foundation is it's very buildable, but really, really glowy. I also really love how this wears away like throughout the day. It doesn't go patchy or kind of separate. It just sort of like fades away. So I just love foundations like that because I feel like they're really easy to touch up. Cover that burn up. Honestly, who at the age of 21 burns their head curling their fringe? There we go. That is literally just one really thin layer. I'm not going to bother building it up anymore. You definitely can build that foundation quite easily, but I'm not really going to bother. I want to keep everything quite simple today. So yeah, moving on to concealer, I'm going to use an absolute old favourite. This is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Medium 1 Custard. It works really well with a brush, a sponge, literally whatever way you apply this concealer, I feel like it always looks beautiful. So I'm just going to use my finger just because I think you get a little bit more of a natural sort of finish when you blend things in with your finger, just because obviously the warmth of your hand will kind of melt it into the skin a little bit. So I'm just going to start over these little friends, and then yeah, just patting it underneath my eyes. So I'm going to set slightly underneath my eyes with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Infinity Powder. It's obviously great just to make sure that your makeup doesn't move at all throughout the day, but it's still got that really nice glow to it, so you're not going to get a super dried out look. I'm just going to apply it over the areas that I kind of needed the coverage a little bit more. To bronzer, this is the Nude Sticks All Over Face colour in the shade Bondi Bay. So this is just like a really nice warm kind of bronzy tone. And what I do with this is just take a little flat brush and I just kind of work the product onto the brush first, and then really lightly I just kind of pat it into my skin. I very rarely use a powder bronzer anymore. I kind of just use this all the time. Yeah, just all the areas that you would normally apply bronzer. I'm going to take it a little bit across the eyelid as well because I'm not going to be applying eyeshadow today. This is a cream product, you get that really beautiful glow from it. It just makes your skin look really healthy. Okay, now for my cheek colour, I've actually got a new product to use today. This is something I'm really excited about. So a couple of days ago, I did receive a really nice package from Daniel Sandler. Not really a brand that I'd heard much about. I'm already obsessed with this. I was really excited to use it in a video. So this is the Watercolour Gel Cheek Colour. And this is the colour Mango, so it's like a really beautiful orangey, just like a really beautiful orangey toned blush. Yeah, I'm literally just going to apply that with my fingers onto my cheeks. I obviously love any sort of cream product, and the other cream blushes that I really like are the Iconic London ones. So if you have ever used these, this is kind of like that but slightly thicker. They're just amazing, they're so pigmented. This is obviously just like a beautiful kind of orangey shade, which to be honest I don't really use orangey blushes enough, I don't think. They're beautiful for just warming up the skin. And yeah, you could definitely apply these with a brush as well, but I just love applying products with my fingers and my hands. I feel like everyone went through that stage of being so freaked out about not using brushes. I think when like the super Instagram makeup thing kind of started a few years ago, everyone was like, ooh, like you can't use your hands to do your makeup, but it is honestly one of the best ways to just blend makeup into your skin. I love using my hands, especially for like cream cheek products and concealers. They're like the things that I feel like work the best. Probably wouldn't do my foundation with my hands, but that's just like personal preference. But yeah, so they are literally beautiful. Those products work so nicely together, and it's just given a more kind of subtle blush. If you didn't want to do too much, like if you didn't want to do the bronzer and the blush, this would actually work really nicely on its own. This is probably something that I will just chuck on, probably when I have no foundation on, or if I just have like a layer of foundation and then this, it would just give your skin that really beautiful glow and a little bit of colour. So yeah, I think these are absolutely amazing, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't know about this sooner. But yeah, just going to pop my freckles on with the Charlotte Tilbury Feline Flick Liner. I think a really good way to give that kind of no makeup illusion. Yeah, putting like a full coverage foundation on, then drawing the freckles back on is finessing the system to the highest degree, I think. What I do is I draw over the ones I already have, so I have a couple of like little freckles kind of here and here that I just go over, and then yeah, the rest I just sort of make it up. I just kind of put them wherever. Obviously across the nose looks really cute because that's where you would naturally kind of get freckles, where the sun hits. But yeah, they obviously just give that really beautiful sort of sun-kissed summery look. Which yeah, I need all the help with that at the moment. Okay, so that's actually it for the skin. It's probably the most simple skin I've ever done, but I love it. This is pretty much what I wear every single day, even if I'm just like taking pictures or whatever. This is literally all I really do. It's really light. It literally feels like I have no makeup on at all. All of those products are super lightweight, so they do work really nicely together. But yeah, that's literally it for the skin. So I'm going to zoom you in and do my brows and my eyes. If you're going for just like a really simple brow, I always recommend like a brow gel. So this is the Revolution Pro, just a clear brow gel. So I'm just going to run that through my brows first. And this is just going to tidy the brows up and just kind of push everything into place. And then if you do feel like you need a little bit more definition or you want to fill your brows in anywhere, I normally use the Anastasia Brow Definer. These are just absolutely perfect. They're really easy to use as well. So I literally just fill in, I feel like everybody kind of knows on their brows the areas that they feel like they need a little bit more definition. So mine is just kind of this little area here, doesn't always grow that well. And then yeah, I kind of just define the strokes at the front really. So sorry, is that burn like really offending anyone? I don't know if you can see it, but I can really see it. Annoying. So yeah, that's it. Sorry, not very informative, but that's kind of it. So I did already apply that Bondi Bay lightly over it, so it's got kind of like a wash of colour. I feel like when I don't want to put anything particularly heavy on my eyes, like an eyeshadow or even really an eyeliner. Just applying a bit of bronzer. There's a little bit of colour and it kind of ties the whole face together. For eyes, I wasn't really sure whether to do any eyeliner or just leave it as mascara, but I feel like most people like wearing eyeliner. Yes, no, maybe. Take the Too Faced Killer Liner. This is the colour Killer Caramel. And I'm literally just going to tiny little bit on the outer corner. And then very lightly, kind of using really, really light pressure, create a tiny little wing. And then either using your finger, or I kind of like to take like a flat brush. I'm just going to blend that. And there we go, just like a really tiny wing, but I feel like if you're just wearing mascara, this is like the best thing. Just lifts the eyes up a little bit and gives a bit more definition. It's naturally going to make your lashes look longer on the outer corner, obviously gives a little bit more definition, and for me I feel like it kind of just finishes the look off a bit. I do like just wearing mascara, but I feel like sometimes it looks a little bit unfinished, which is normally why I'll pair like just mascara with a red lip or something a little bit bolder. And yeah, just kind of blending out. Obviously you can kind of make the wing as long or short as you want. I'm going to keep them kind of short. You can see it's given just like a tiny little bit more shape back to my eyes. And yeah, I'm just going to curl my lashes using the Tweezerman lash curlers. These are my favourite. Mascara, I'm going to use the Revolution Pro Extension Lash Lengthening Mascara. A little thing that I quite like to do is sometimes I would just put mascara on the outer corner lashes. I used to do that a lot when I was younger actually, because I was convinced that my eyes were like really droopy. I don't know why. I think it's because I wore fake lashes all the time when I was younger, so I think getting used to not having them on was really weird. And have them on, I would just put mascara on my outer corner lashes, and obviously it just gives that illusion of kind of a, well, like a half corner lash with your own lashes. So yeah, that's quite a good thing to do. Put a little bit on the bottom lashes. I've actually been kind of into doing my bottom lashes at the moment. That was another thing that I just never used to do because I always thought it kind of like pulled my eyes down. But now I think it's kind of cute. I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes because obviously I love a big chunky lash, and if that's not for you, you can kind of just stop here and leave it at this, but you know, why stop? Now that's dried, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Lash Freak Mascara, just to build them up a little bit. I do love a really chunky lash. Okay, there we go. That mascara is just like insane. Like as soon as you apply that, your lashes are just like... That's literally it for the eyes, like just very simple, but just really opens them up. Like that little wing just helps massively with kind of giving your eyes a little bit more shape. Literally is what I do every day. Very simple shit, but works. On to lips, I'm going to use the Nabla lip liner. This is the colour Nude No. 1, and I'm just going to line my lips with that. I think that lip balm must have like some sort of stain in it because my lips look really, like really pink. I'm like a guy out of Monsters Inc. when they like his mouth. Oh, maybe not the vibe. I wasn't sure what I was going to do for lips because normally I will just kind of apply like a lip balm. So I normally would put something like the Too Faced lip balm back on. For today I'm actually going to use the colour that I used on my cheeks. This is one of my favourite things to do as well. I absolutely love matching like my cheek and lip colour. Everything together without it being obviously like, oh bless her, she's matching her lips and her cheeks. Do you know what I mean? Get a bit of that on my finger and I'm going to just lightly pat it. And there we go. So you can see it just gives like a really nice peachy colour. Obviously whatever lip liner you mix with it, it will kind of change the colour of it a little bit more. So it's kind of more of like a nudie peach, but I think it really works. I think that just looks nice. So last thing I'm going to do is set everything in place with the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. Okay. Please don't be ugly, please don't be ugly. What happened? My fringe was really thriving earlier. It looked great and now it's ruined. Everything is ruined. Okay, let me just sort this out and then I'll be back. That kind of works. That's like about as good as it's gonna get. So there we go, that is the finished look. Very simple, super easy and really quick to do, but just makes you feel like a little bit more alive, which we really do need. It's the finished look. I'll show you up close just so you can see how everything works together. My fringe kind of like just naturally curls and just joins my eyebrow, and it's just really happy there, so I don't want to ruin that for it. But so there we go, that is the finished look for today's video. Thank you so much for watching this and thank you for being here. As always, all the products that I have used or mentioned today will be linked in the description down below, as well as the link to the Skillshare membership that I mentioned. So yeah, all of that will be in the description down below. You'll have a lovely rest of the week and you're all feeling good. See you all very, very soon, and I love you so, so much. Bye.